Introducing the CMB Mortgage Account by Flowify. Now you and your customers can manage the document process online with automatic notifications to your client, to your partners, and to your email or smartphone. All CMB websites will now have the icon. Some of the websites that I'd like to illustrate here, cmbcanadamortgage.com. That's primarily for the clients. It's a borrower website or new agents looking to license for the first time. So this is our main customer domain. The next is cmbcanadamortgage.ca. For all agents and brokers, this is the website that you will be accessing all the time. This one is the one that you send your CMB deal review, get critical information and updates. For our CMB Approval Center division, to access any referrals that you'd like processed or mortgage introductions that you as an agent or an unlicensed professional would like to have processed, you can go to mortgageconnector.ca. Let's look at those websites. The first one I'd like to show you is cmbcanadamortgage.ca. This is an important one for you to add to your favorites. As you can see, this is dedicated as the CMB head office site for CMB brokers and agents. If a client does find their way here, they can just go to press one of these buttons to take them to their own site. So just a little help directing the clients to the proper website. If you're an agent or broker on this site, this is where you go to. And to submit your application for CMB deal review, you'll need a few things. Here it highlights all the steps. The first step is to complete the CMB worksheet. Now you can also apply using the CMB Mortgage Account. I'll be showing that to you in just a few moments. As you can see here, the steps is to first create your CMB expert file as usual, and lender submit to review. Once I get that, then together we will work on the following. I will create the CMB Mortgage Account in Flowify, and your client will receive the notification that their account has been set up. This is where we work together to have your deal approved. We will also issue your client a CMB Pre-Qualification certificate right into their CMB mortgage account. I'll be showing that to you very soon. I will then submit your deal for approval. We look at doing that together. We review the interest rates, the best commission possible for you. So this benefits your client as well as your mortgage business. And then we pick the right lender for the deal. Also, what's important is that once you have an approval, that I help you with your first sign-up documents. It's very important that you're charging the right fees, and then it starts again. So that's it in a nutshell. It's pretty easy. The next website I'd like to show you is a website called mortgageconnector.ca. Helen Jaquetta manages this division. She's the vice president at CMB Approval Center division. This division has many other brands that they manage. They manage the call center, so any phone calls coming in from clientele, it's managed by Helen and her team of 10 people. They manage other new brands that we are establishing online, as well as later on this year, we're looking to expand in Texas and Florida. Primarily, they do residential, commercial mortgage approvals. And, you know, if you're not licensed in Alberta or British Columbia, then you would definitely be able to submit your deals to Approval Center. So again, You don't have to remember that one. The only one you have to remember is cmbcanadamortgage.ca. That's your website. That's where you go for service. And it has here, we have, head office has a dedicated service by phone from 10 to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. And outside of those hours, they're open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. So if you can't get them on the phone, just send an email, okay? And we'll be happy to help you reviewing and submitting your deals. The third one is the customer website, cmbcanadamortgage.com. You basically don't have to use this website. It's mainly, we use it to market to customers. Who opens the CMB mortgage account and where? The CMB mortgage account, we're going to go in just a moment, but I don't want you to worry about using Flowify. At the moment, we will, either at head office or CMB Approval Center, create the CMB mortgage account for your customer. When you submit your deal to CMB head office using the CMB deal review, okay, so when you go to this page, there's a little form here, so you'll be able to put the number in, select what product you'd like to submit, put your email, purchase. If there's a condition or closing date, you can put that in. I will need your customer's name and email account to open up a CMB mortgage account. Then you hit submit. So once I get this, it'll take me about 20 minutes to 4 hours for turnaround. So when you have a deal on Expert that you'd like to submit to CMB head office, you'll expect a 20-minute to 4-hour turnaround. And it's been pretty fast. We've been doing this for more than a year. And some of you folks know that within moments, I receive an instant email, and I'm pretty fast. Sometimes you guys don't even have a chance to log off your deal, and I'm already sending you an email to help you with your deal. So it's pretty fast. Worst case, up to 4 hours. Let's go into Flowify. I think it's the best way to use it. Let's learn a little bit about Flowify. Flowify is a great company. They're in the United States. Not many companies in Canada are using Flowify. We use their software just like Expert. We use Expert software for a reason. Flowify is the same thing. It's an industry software. Some of the features are, it has a mortgage point of sale portal. So, you can interact with your clients by, when you renewed your mortgage license, for those in Ontario, we used Flowify to manage your documentation. If you recall, we were able to communicate by email. And what it helped us at CMB, it helped us because we did not have to keep sending emails for outstanding requirements. They were being done automatically. So once the file was created and I was able to determine what files I needed to renew your mortgage license, in this case here, we're going to use it for a mortgage approval. So once we determine what files we need for a mortgage approval, and we do that together, and I set up the mortgage account file for your client with your help together, and right away the emails begin, and your client is introduced to CMB with an introductory email and an invitation to call us if they need anything at all. So that's really great, because right away it tells your customer that you're on the job and you're working for them to get them a mortgage approval. It's professional, and it opens up an avenue for the client to communicate. And that's the client wants to know, did you get it? Are you working on my deal? So with Flowify right away, that's what it does. Second thing is it helps the document management. So if you recall, when you had documents to submit, you could submit them by uploading. Sometimes you're going to have clients that are not sophisticated or have an email or are having trouble uploading documents. With a little bit of follow-up from yourself, when you get the email, when the account is opened, you will receive an email also, the same one that your customer receives. So you'll have all the communications that your client receives. Once you get those, you might want to follow up just to make sure that the customer is not having any problems uploading. If they do, sometimes what will happen is you can upload the documents for your customer right into their mortgage account. So you will have, after you submit your first deals, I will give you the login and I will show you how to use it on your deal. I think that's the best way to learn, is when you actually have a deal and you can rely on me to show you how to use it and how to help your customer if they're having any problems. The next thing that you're really going to enjoy is that the sign-up documents. As you know, when you have the deal approved, there's a lot of documents. Through Flowify, we did already add DocuSign, and what that allows you to do is submit the documents to the client electronically. They can sign them, and it'll go right into the Flowify account. So you'll be able to track when the client signed your documents, if they signed your documents, and we'll be preparing the documents together. So I don't want you to worry about using these tools, because the first 5 or 6 deals, I'll be doing that with you together, and you'll have no problem there. Some of the other benefits that we went over already is the communication part. The client will be able to use their smartphone to receive notifications, upload documents. Sometimes they'll take a picture of some of their documents, like their license, their driver's license. They'll take a picture with their phone and send it in. They'll upload it right into DocuSign. It has been really fun using this account. Let me just show you some of the clients that yesterday we had 2 people open up a mortgage account. And the great thing is, as soon as the client opens up a mortgage account, we will already start requesting documents for the customer automatically. I think that's really key, because right away you'll be able to look professional. The competition is not using such a product like this. So I'd say in Canada, there's probably about 2 or 3 brokerages using this product, and none of the big brands are using it. So it gives you a competitive edge. This one here is Miss Susie. Okay. Anyhow, the client went on, applied online, and then we had the customer already starting to upload documents. So they did an application online, and then I requested some additional documents. I was able to communicate with the customer on Flowify. Let's go ahead and show you how your client can apply. Now, we've had some agents use FlowFi. So let's go here to our website, cmbcanadamortgage.ca. Hit the login. Okay, so it'll take them here. So, you go here, mortgage account login. Okay, and this is where it will take you. For new accounts, there's a couple of things you can do. You can just press apply now. So let's just say you're with a customer and you're at a coffee shop and you're a real estate agent, or you're an accountant, or you're an investment advisor for this client, and over a coffee you decide to begin the process for the customer. So you'll say, well, I don't have any paperwork, I don't have anything with me, what do I do? Well, even using your smartphone, when you go to cmbcanadamortgage.ca, hitting that login, it'll take you here, and then you press apply now on your smartphone or computer, and it'll take you here. Now you can fill out this for the customer. So, you can fill this in, and it's pretty user friendly. Hitting next. Once you go through all of the questions, so, not all of these items are required. So you can use this, and at the end, what you can do here is, if you are using this instead of the CMB worksheet, why don't you just go ahead and put your name here, okay? So who referred this to us? So if it's your deal and it's on expert, then you can just fill out some of this. Victor, I still need to input this into expert. Just took the file over the phone. Okay, so this basically tells me, hey, I'm Fred. Victor, you're receiving this application at CMB head office. I just took it for now. I'll get the rest of the stuff done later. So basically, when you hit send, what happens is that a CMB mortgage account gets opened, a FlowFi gets opened, a file is created, and the client is already receiving emails. At that point, the client can upload those documents later after your meeting is completed. And when I get it, I get an email notification of all new accounts at head office. So when we get that and we review it, we'll know that it's from you. Let me just show you some of the neat things that we can do here when we sign in. I'm going to sign into the. You've all seen the customer portal when you sign in. When you first did your mortgage license, that's what the customer portal looked like. It doesn't have all the features that I'm going to show you here. You'll have an account as an agent that you can use to manage your customers. Let me just find a test one somewhere here. All right, here's one. So let's go into here. All right, this is a file for Victor. That's me. say when we first get this file, it automatically sends the email communications to your customer and to you, to your smartphone or email. Let's say I wanted to change some of these documents. When I'm here and we're underwriting the deal together, every deal is unique. So we may decide that we're going to change some of these documents. So when we're conducting our meeting, we will have the opportunity to either delete or add a new document. So if I want to add a new document, I press there and I can order a one-off document. Let's say I want to order the 2017 NOA for Victor Simone. So I press that and submit. And now that gets added to one of the documents that I'm looking for. What does the client get? Now let's go back into showing you what the customer is going to be getting. Okay, since I'm on all the files. Okay, so let's go into edit loan flow. This is a refinance, has a closing date. What I'm going to do here is I can designate if a partner on here. So let's say you have realtor partners, and if you have realtor partners, when we first get the deal, I can add your realtor partners or your centers of influence on here. So they will receive notifications. They will not be able to access the documents, but they will know what the status is. So this helps because, when you're dealing with realtors, sometimes what will happen is they have conditions to meet, and they'll receive a notification that the customer hasn't even sent their documents in for the last 2 days. you know uh, Sometimes that happens, but the realtor will know. They'll be probably contacting the customer saying, hey, I noticed you didn't send the documents into CMB. Is there any problem? Can I help you or have them give you a call? So this anyone that's working on the deal, they'll know what the status is without you having to call the realtor all the time. I know I have realtors here together today, and it's high stress for them. They they really have to know the information. So this helps you a little bit. Let's go over the pre-qualification. I'm going to show you what this does here. Let's say we first got the file and we're looking at it together to underwrite it. We will issue a pre-qualification certificate to your customer, and this is what it looks like. So we did the deal. You were at the coffee shop. You went in to apply now. You created the mortgage account for your customer together during your interview. Now, you don't have to do that step if you don't want to. You can just work just the way you're doing right now if you wish. Put your deal on expert. Send the deal into CMB Deal Review. I will create the CMB mortgage account. So you have an option to do this or not. This is what I do when I get the file. I will issue now for all customers a CMB pre-qualification certificate. It's real nice. Let's say the purchase price was $750, and for this particular customer, we're doing the CMB Easy Money Mortgage. This is a client that had some difficulty perhaps with their credit, or they need some flexible approval. The down payment for this kind of product is, let's say, 20% minimum. So I'll put in here 20 to 25%. I'll put a note. Hello, Jack. we await your final documents. Here is a pre-qualification. Pre-qualification certificate, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so I can put that there, and I can even put your phone number in there. So, you know, I'm always going to use Fred. He's such a good guy. He doesn't mind. Right, Fred? So we'll put his phone, we'll just put my number there. We'll put the number for CMB Approval Center. Okay, and hit save. Now, that's the first part. That sets the parameters for the letter. So I'm going to just actually make the letter right now. So I'm going to go in here. So this is just me creating the pre-qualification certificate. So the client bought for $750. What's 20% of 750? What is it? 150? 123 Any Street. Alrighty. Press save. All right. So I'm just going to show you my email real quick and show you what I received. I'm the customer on this file, so I just wanted to show you what the customer is getting. All right, so this is what the customer just received. Pre-approval letter has been generated for Victor Simone, property address. To view a download of pre-approval letter, click this link. So here's the customer. They met with you at the coffee shop. A couple hours later, we talk on the phone and we look at the file and documents, and we issue a pre-qualification letter, and we send the deal to CMLS for an approval. Okay, and the customer receives this pre-qualification letter. This isn't an approval, but the customer is, I mean, this is like 3-4 hours later, they're getting something. I mean, the fact that they've got something, especially if it's a competitive situation, I think is very good for your mortgage business. Again, all the people that are involved in this deal, whether it's you, your client, and your realtor, and CMB are all on the same page. Not only that, but we all know where to see the documents. So your documents are stored right into the CMB mortgage account. They're safe. And these documents, you know, if your lender, CMLS, wants to get copies of these, we can send those documents that are right in the CMB mortgage account. We can send them as a file right to the lender. So from here, it'll allow us to send it. I'm not going to go over that just in the moment, but just to let you know, that's one of the benefits of having the account store it this way. Okay, so you saw what we're getting, what the customer got. Now let me just show you what the letter looks like. This letter, once it was generated, it will be sitting in the customer's file. And this is what our pre-qualification letters look like. This is CMB Easy Money Mortgage Pre-Qualification Certificate issued to your customer's name, the mortgage product, value of the property, the mortgage amount, down payment. Let's just read over this real quick in case you had some questions. This mortgage has been reviewed and has received a pre-qualification subject to the following conditions being met. The acceptable property and market condition and appraisal, outstanding documents list issued by CMB Canada mortgage brokers, evidence of clear title, homeowners insurance, interest rates, terms, and conditions are issued upon mortgage approval. So this is not a mortgage approval. What this spells out is that we've done the pre-qualification, we've underwritten the deal at the brokerage level, and we are submitting the following to be approved. So this is called a pre-qualification based on the numbers and the underwriting we do prior to sending it to any lender for approval. Also, it's conditioned upon borrower's execution of all the mortgage documents and final quality control, audit, and review. Here's a disclaimer. CMB Canada Mortgage Brokers Inc. is providing this pre-qualification certificate. Changes to terms stated on the customer's application or provided by the customer may impact this pre-qualification. This is not a mortgage approval. The pre-qualification has conditions, and this certificate should not be relied upon to waive any financing conditions on a real estate purchase agreement. So if you're a realtor or your partners are realtors, and it's important that they know that this pre-qualification certificate is not an approval, and it should not be used to waive any financing conditions. Only the final approval, when all the conditions are met, can do that for any realtor looking at this application. The second page has the outstanding documents list. So that's real nice. So this is a pre-qualification certificate, and we can issue this really quickly, even prior to submitting the deal to a lender. This is a nice option in the CMB mortgage account when a client has not found a property yet, or you are doing a refinance for the customer and you are doing the math with the customer. So as you're putting everything together, it gives you a leg up if there's a competitor. It gives you an opportunity to give something to the customer. The piece of paper may or may not help you close the deal, but I think it ticks off a lot of boxes in the customer's mind about dealing with you. So I'd like to thank you all today. The most important thing to remember today on the CMB mortgage account is that for all agents, your website for head office is cmbcanadamortgage.ca. If you'd like to have your deal processed from CMB Approval Center, you can go to mortgageconnector.ca. They process all your introductions, your referrals. If you are a realtor or professional with CMB and you're licensed with CMB, you may want to, because it's not your full-time occupation, using CMB Approval Center is really good, especially if you're doing your first deals and you want to look professional. We have a team of people there to help you. That's all they do is process deals, and they operate in Ontario, BC, Alberta, and later this year they're going to be doing commercial financing in Texas and Florida and other parts of the US.